ask some questions about,
Okay.
okay. And I didn't want to ask in front of the girls because I know that there are some issues regarding them feeling like they have to choose, and I didn't want to put them in that kind of situation. So I'm going to pose these questions to you.
Okay.
Question. In regards to their father, who would you say, I guess, is closest to their dad?
Closest in the way of a relation, like the way that they relate to each other. That would be Alexandra, who wants to protect and to appease and to make sure she obeys. That would be Isabella.
Okay.
She's the protector.
Alex.
Isabella.
Oh.
Alexandra is closest to her dad in that has stated that he's a lot like her, or he sees a lot of himself in her, and so he has voiced that she's like the favorite.
And where does Sophia fall into that line?
Sophia is his twin, so I'm sure he sees that. His twin being that a lot of the mannerisms, a lot of the facial expressions, the communication is the intensity, the magnitude of her personality is much like her.
All right. So, in a sense, they all seem close to him. Okay. All right. Would you say that your girls are, I guess, satisfied, happy with the relationship between the two of you?
No, they're not. They haven't expressed a dislike, but I do pick up that the way they feel that, they know mommy and daddy don't get along, that we can't get along, and that one will talk about the other. I try my very best to not speak anything negative to the children, but sometimes those things just happen to come out, which is rare. But they know that we have a tough time getting along, and I don't think they're not happy with it, but they haven't expressed it. I don't really like that you and Daddy don't get along. They have said along the way that they would wish that we could live next door to each other so that they wouldn't have to leave here to go there and spend time with their dad. At one time, Alexandra said, I wish that you and Daddy could just get along. So in the beginning, yes, they did express that they were aware that we don't get along. But they do also know and admit that they don't see our arguing and our animosity towards one another as when we were in the house together, married.
So how does that come up? I mean, with you and your daughters, that you start talking about, Dad. How's that conversation brought up?
Well, certain things that will happen, certain situations, circumstances will come up, and you mean how does what come up about how we are not together or how we don't get along?
Yeah, I mean, as far as you not getting along, you said that they've never expressed a dislike. So how does that type of conversation come up when you're as a family?
Well, when we're conversating about my viewpoints out on how things should be taken, like say, for example, something that needs to be done within the family, and now we're looking at it from opposite ends, and they know that their parents need to come together and come to a resolution, and they don't see us doing that. All they see is negative, and they don't see us working as for a resolution. And I'm sure that's not a positive impact on them because they don't they're not able to problem solve and come to resolutions amongst themselves with their peers, with family, or whoever. So that it comes up in situational daily activities, choices that we need to do, make, events that take place. So it's in daily activities.
Okay.
It comes up.
All right. Well, I know that just from our conversation that you are no longer with your father,
Mm-hmm.
but you're still a family. Would you agree with that?
No. No. I view it as two separate families.
Okay. All right. And as with the girls, is that how they view?
They when I see it in their schoolwork, when they say my family takes care of me, they know my mom, my dad, as a family, so they connect it as a mom and a dad
Okay.
and sisters, that type of thing. Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay.
Check it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
You're
very much.
welcome.